We're going to go ahead and do a reading specifically for Twin Flames, for the Twin Flame Collective, to see what is going on for the Divine Feminine, what is going on for the Divine Masculine. Today and tomorrow we have a solar conjunction with Uranus. This is a Uranus Cazimi. That means Uranus is at the heart of the sun and being supercharged. This is going to bring us change, a lot of unexpected growth, transformation as well too. And this is going to bring big fated alignments for us this week as well too. This week is actually one of the luckiest weeks of the year. Expect plot shifts, things happening, things suddenly going in your favor, and the universe and the stars aligning for you as well too. We also have a powerful alignment today with Venus and Saturn. This is bringing long-term relationship goals, stability, healing for your relationships, but it's also bringing any karma that needs to be resolved up to the surface within relationships as well too. So we have a lot of big energies coming at us as well too. We've had a lot of geomagnetic storms, solar flares, auroras, all sorts of things kind of kicking off on planet Earth during this time as well too. We want to be tapping in to these energies. These are amazing energies for healing your heart chakra. We're going to go ahead and start with some messages for the Divine Feminine first. We'll go ahead and do a reading for the Divine Feminine just to see what is going on for Twin Flames. Twin Flame is a special kind of relationship. However, due to a lot of karmic blocks, karmic baggage, and ways of relating that are unhealthy, a lot of times people do struggle, even though they know early on that this is the one and that they're meant to be with, this is their destined partner. Oftentimes, sometimes people feel more comfortable with the karmics of their past and things like that. If you're in a separation, I'm just going to say, look, my Twin Flame is off slaying their karmics like they're like they're dragons, right? They're off conquering their demons and slaying their karmics right now, right? So I know that is where some of you guys are at. This is one of the reasons that cause separation as well too. When you know that, because we're doing a reading for the Divine Feminine, that your Divine Masculine has karmic attachments that they haven't cleared, this is usually a big turnoff for the Divine Feminine, who can usually see things very clearly about their masculine and some issues they may be working through. So for those in separation, your masculine may be needing to deal with karmic baggage, and that can come in different forms, but usually, yes, this is like things they need to resolve, right? And usually, yes, these are romantic attachments, but we'll see. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start with a reading for the Divine Feminine. Just to start, what's going on for the Divine Feminine Collective, Divine Masculine. If you're watching, take these as direct messages from your feminine. I'm confused about what I should do for my feelings for you. A lot of times, like, everything in life is the external. And if this relationship has hurt you, broken you, caused you pain, it's very important that you're going within and healing, whether these are triggers or aspects that have been, we'll say, activated from this connection as well too. You might be confused. Some people are like, do I stay? Do I go? What do I do? Right? Am I waiting on my flame? Am I going to date? I got options. I'm in my power. I'm the Divine Feminine, right? As well too, especially if you're like, well, my masculine isn't showing up, right? Some of your masculines are with other people, hanging out, right? Like, and you'll say, okay, because this is something I want to address. Well, I'm doing all of this healing work. It doesn't feel like my masculine is when they're, hanging out with other women at the club, drinking, back to old behaviors, right? Spending a lot of time doing anything but healing. No, they are healing, because there are times, no matter how busy we stay, whether this is with work or with other situations and people, where you have to sit with yourself. So for those of you guys that are questioning on the feminine side, is my masculine even healing? They are. There are times that they have to sit with themselves and they have to face these feelings that are causing them discomfort. I know you can only push them out and repress them so much. So we have a lot of that happening right now on the masculine side, where suddenly they're having to face emotions and feelings that have been repressed for a long time, that you've activated and triggered in them because they weren't clear enough to do union if in separation. And then we have on the other side, masculine getting a lot of karma for how they treated you, if they did treat you badly as well too. And we don't look at karma as like a negative thing. We look at it like, okay, they're getting a lot of lessons that they may need to shift into union with where they're at too. So some of you guys might be like, well, I've been ready for months. Where's my masculine? They're not ready yet. If still in separation, they're needing to do some more work. Maybe they're holding on to things from the past. Maybe they're not doing that work. Remember, twin flames act as a powerful catalyst for each other to do the spiritual work and to work on yourselves and to do better as well too. So we have those kind of things coming up. Stay on course, Divine Feminine. Okay, so we're in this new moon manifesting energy, and we'll say, what? That moon was like a week ago. No, we're in it for like another week as well too. So it seems kind of silly. Even till like the 17th, we're in some serious strong energies for manifesting. It's all about building, laying down your foundation, but it's also a big focus with Taurus season of taking care of your energy. Like if you're overworking and you're building within the material and the 3D, you know, you're doing it backwards. You need to be working on yourself. You are the root of everything as well too. So self-care, take care of your energy, but it's also about the seeds that you're planting and what you're manifesting. If you are ready for twin flame union on your side, your twin flame will be as well too, because you're mirroring you as well too. If you're still upset, they'll be mirroring back how those upsets and how they feel, because you always feel the same energy and the same moods and the same frequencies as well too. So if you're ready, like you're ready for union, this will be getting your twin flame ready on their side too. It's important that you're aligning with union. You're already in union in the higher. So when my twin flame isn't acting right, we'll say right, in the 3D, yeah, there's been times. So if your twin flame isn't acting right, all you got to do is meditate, tune in, go into the astrals. You're together. You'll feel it. You'll feel those beautiful love vibe, union vibes, despite how things look here. And when you can go into that higher space, this is what is going to help to align it within the physical as well too. And so if you're questioning separation, if there is a separation, why? There are things that both of you need to take care of in this space. And it's really obvious with my situation that my twin flame was not showing up for me, right? And that they were never coming through, and they were just putting excuses, blocks, and obstacles in the way as well too. So they can go take care of their stuff now, right? They can go take care of it. And whether they come back to me, whatever, that's on them, right? That's on them, but I deserve better than someone that would show up for a million karmics and never me, right? Like when I look at their life and like all of their stuff, right, that they did right by every other relationship, but when it came to their twin flame, they really treated me pretty badly, and they didn't show up for me, and they made a bunch of excuses to not do the work required. And I think the universe at that point is going to be like, okay, well, you need to go take care of something. So if you're in separation, your twin flame might be needing to work on themselves or take care of some of those things, and they either clear those blocks and obstacles and they step up as your divine masculine and they come into union, or they don't. And either way, you have to be okay with that as well too. We're dealing with things like fate, destiny, I always say themes like karma, and then of course, most importantly, our ascension. If you truly are twin flames, if you make your ascension, they will ascend with you as well too. And I think this is going to show you what's going on as well too. So divine feminine, despite what's going on in the external, you're being guided to connect on that higher 5D level, to go within for that union, to really show yourself that love that you deserve. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself and that you're not settling for crumbs from your twin flame. A lot of these twin flame masculines are dealing with a lot of toxicity where they could be controlling, they could have narcissistic traits. Some of them are even having mental health problems and other things, and they might have their own issues, I'm saying, and that you have to set an example for how you're being treated. You can't allow people to give you crumbs of their time when they're giving all their time to everyone else, treating you poorly, being mean to you, etc. This kind of stuff isn't going to fly in the twin flame union as well too. So just know that if in a separation, this person on either side needs to work through certain things so that they can either show up as the lover that you deserve, which isn't hard, right? They just have to be all in, and the partner that you deserve, or you're going to have to continue moving forward on your path without them as well too. And I know it creates a lot of uncertainty because on the divine feminine side, a lot of you guys have been hanging on and you're always there, and they can come in and out of your life like a revolving door, right? Like I think that was one of the bigger mistakes, and that you're always there and you're waiting. And this is where the divine feminine is no longer waiting in the sidelines and no longer showing that this is acceptable either, that you're going to have to truly live your life in these spaces of separation. And that might be one of the harder things as well too. So some of you guys are navigating separation, and I mean full on separation for these messages. So this is just a general read. Make sure that you're taking what resonates for you as well too. Make sure you're also booking twin flame readings on my website. This is going to help you a ton with navigating this experience, as it's very multifaceted and multi-layered. So if you need a reading, just go ahead and book it on my website. sparksofdivinelighealing.com, I do tons of clearings, activations, and healings as well too, which you'll need to be navigating this experience as well too. So your twin flame is meant to awaken you so that you can do a high level of healing as well too. I am an energy worker. If you need healing sessions, book them on my website. I also do twin flame coaching, which is great for everyone, especially if you're trying to work your way out of these separation energies, because the deeper you go, the more enlightened you're going to come out of it as well too. And I know a lot of people like to play on the shallow end, right? You want to dive deep into this experience. It's going to give you a lot of knowledge, downloads, insights, healing, and things like that as well too. So if you need it, make sure you're booking my twin flame coaching. It's going to help you a ton navigating this process. I still feel your energy around me. I never believed in these things. Now I do. And this is where you know the connection. I feel that separation is testing the connection, where to see, right? It's testing it. Is this really my twin flame, or in separation space as well too? Divine Feminine knows this is their person as well too, but maybe this person isn't seeing you clearly. Maybe they're not seeing you as the one, or they're treating you in a negative way, or vice versa, or whatever it is as well too. But Divine Feminine knows, no matter what the situation, this is for everyone, they know this is their person, and this is a past life recognition. This is a spiritual recognition, and it's also Spirit has made you aware of this connection as well too. You were my home, and now I feel like I'm out in the cold. This person might be shutting you out, distance. I talked to yesterday. I'm not going to go into avoiding, ignoring, right? Silent treatment, things like that. You might be feeling that as well too, but Divine Feminine, you're home for this person. It depends on how much work you've done, right? We say source is going to lead you home, literally. Some of you guys are buying new homes. You're getting your life sorted. You're more stable, in fact, on your end. Maybe some of you guys have been like really working on yourself, building businesses, cultivating that abundance, cultivating your energy as well too, because your energy is what is home for the masculine as well too. And I know in these spaces of separation, if you're worried about my masculines talking to other women, hanging out with other women, maybe even sleeping with other women or seeing other women, that is, I don't want to say that's okay. Of course, it's not going to be okay, but it doesn't matter. No one's going to be able to compare to your twin flame. And oftentimes what happens is, if this is happening, they come up empty, right? And they realize these are unfulfilling, shallow connections. No one's as deep as you. You are the one. No one else is going to satisfy them on a soul and a spiritual level too, because this is a soul and a spiritual connection as well too. Divine Feminine, making your energy so dope that it's addictive, and that this is where they'll come to you. I see a lot of people, the opposite, putting all of their focus on their twin flame and everything else, and this is putting your energy outward. Time to flip that, reverse that flow of energy and put it within, so that they will come to you like a magnet, right? Some of you guys are trying too hard to come into the masculine's world, which they usually don't like, and things like that. Make them come to you. Make them come into your world. I know we've been together in past lives. I recognize you. You were never a stranger to me. So this is a past life recognition. Some of you guys get glimpses of these lives, especially as there are past lives happening within here, within where we are now. Some of you guys have had some very deep past lives with your person. I do so many calls with this spiritual work, and I've had some very interesting twin flame conversations going into some of these experiences and how they affect you in this lifetime as well too, because we do have past life traumas of when it didn't go with our twin flame, and this is what triggers us during separation when they're gone. It's like losing them, and it's very profound as it takes us back into past life timelines that we have to heal and close out. I know we feel it so deeply within our heart chakra, within our soul chakra as well too. So know that as well too. This is past life healing that we're doing with our twin flame as well too. It might take you into lifetimes within this lifetime, or even past lifetimes. This is a past lifetime connection. When times get tough, I gave up on you too soon. Divine Feminine might be throwing the towel in. You might see that. You might have had this person walk all over you and might be getting snappy back, right? Or you might just be like, I'm done with this. I got to get off the twin flame journey in the train. Trust me, people do. And it's like, it's the energy connection. It's the energy guiding you both that makes it impossible. So one or both might throw the towel in. We have Divine Feminine throwing the towel in. They're done, right? And then you'll find you can't be done. Like, right? Like you'll be done, and Spirit's coming through and source and doubles down on the messages and things like that. So yes, you might feel like you're ready to throw the towel in, but you truly are a twin flame and you're not able to oftentimes. All right, I ran because I wasn't ready for you too. So we always have, okay, we'll be hung up on the outside runner. That's where we're at, right? Oh, he ran. You ran first. Usually you kicked it off. I realized that about every time that my masculine ran from me, I said I was done. I think I triggered deep-rooted inner child abandonment wounds in them, and they were fast to run so they could flip the narrative and act like they ran to control it to be able to come back later or something like that. But I've seen a lot of other people that have gone through the runner chaser dynamic as well too. So chasing is begging for love outside of you, right? It's doubling down on your effort, proving that you're worthy, and it's very inner child as well too. So both are out of inner child wounds. The runner as well too, right? This is out of control and things like that. So this is actually Divine Feminine ran first, and you might have just felt it. I was having a conversation yesterday. I was like, pay attention, because it's actually a nervous system response to whatever is happening, and you'll feel it in your body, and it's like a panic and you got to get out of there. And so it's really just actually anxiety and fear when we go into the runner states. You might have said it through things you said, by doubting the connection, not sure, breaking up with the person, you know, avoiding the person and things like that. These are all signs of it as well too. Be mindful of your own tendencies to run and avoid love as well too. Especially pay attention to what your masculine is showing you reflected back, because they're showing you as a divine mirror what you need to work on within yourself as well too. So we have this as well too, kind of going on for the feminine or coming up. I want to kiss you, and this is okay if you're in person and you're seeing them a lot, things getting hot and heavy this month as we're moving through all of this Venus energy. It's all about goddess of love. It's like Cupid hit your heart, right? And so in physical, you guys are going to be extra cuddly, kissing, romantic, and things like that. If in separation, you're feeling that, like you just wanted your person and probably a normal life, but you get anything like that when you're going to sign up for the twin flame journey. I was joking around. I said, I thought my soul signed up for twin flame union, right? But I got a lot of twin flame separation and heartache and all of it to heal, and that's okay. But that's exactly what you think you signed up for. But oftentimes you're getting a high level of healing and, you know, awareness and spiritual awakening as well too. Just wanting to be with this person and wanting to make out with this person. You're wanting to kiss this person. I think it's the poles can drive you crazy on either end, because like it's like you want it, but the only way isn't going outward, it's going within as well too. I let people manipulate me into ghosting you. And so maybe this person feels that you weren't giving them enough attention, or you weren't putting enough energy into the relationship, or that you were listening to other people as well too. Okay, make sure you have the right support system. So I've seen it on both sides. Like I've seen my masculine, his friends are like talking crap about me, right? He sits there and talks crap about me and talks badly about me and uses it for ego supply. But on my side, I've cultivated connections with many actual twin flames that are going through this experience, so that we can uplift, encourage each other, keep each other on track, compare notes, right? I have so many people that send me twin flame music and tell me about their experience, and, you know, it helps to keep everyone on track as well too. So it depends on your friend circles and if they are actually for you or not. And I pointed out to my twin flame too. I said, listen, these are not your friends. Any people that are detouring your own twin flame experience, trust me, they don't have your best interest in mind. So I think it's important with your friend circle as well too. Are they actually supporting your twin flame union, or are they, look, derailing it? I've had someone else come to me and say their friend, they thought they were their friend threw off their twin flame union when they were listening to them and were seeding doubt and insecurity and things like that. Pay attention to your friends as well too. A lot of people won't get the twin flame experience. This is why you should probably surround yourself with other twin flames, and it's going to help you a ton. I have, you know, both men and women twin flames that I help a lot of men too. And even when I'm helping the men twin flames, I see the masculine side, and I get a beautiful view of both sides, right? The feminine and the masculine through this as well too. Make sure that you're surrounding yourself with people that actually are trying to encourage your twin flame union and not derail it as well too. I keep hoping to bump into you everywhere I go. You might be like seeing their face, right? Like thinking you saw them, seeing someone that looks like them. You might be hoping that they knock on your door and that they show up and that they're just there, or that you bump into them out in public. I know a lot of people that live very close to their twin flames and they run into them a ton, like socially out. And this is a sign when you do bump into your twin flame in public places that the universe is having you at the same place at the same time so that you can share activations, but it's actually fate in the universe trying to bring you together. Oftentimes these people don't even say hi. I notice this is like, I've had 10 people tell me stories like this, and usually they avoid and pretend they don't notice the person. But despite that, it brings it up on both sides, because both of you are going to be thinking about each other again or all day as well too when you see each other too. And you won't know. These are going to be random occurrences. I know that we have a soul connection, and this is where you feel the soul connection as well too. This is how you can feel their energy. You can tell how they're doing. And this was a spiritual bond. It's one that's supposed to uplift you, encourage your mission, and make you a better person. And so this is a spiritual connection that you share with this person. All right, avoidance. This is hiding your feelings, feeling guilty, and no communication. So that you could have a partner with a high level of avoidance, and this is what I go through too. I say they have extreme avoidance. So like on a scale of 1 to 10, like how avoidant, most masculines are programmed and raised to be avoidant too. So the one with more masculine energy usually is too. And when you're dealing with someone with extreme avoidance, this can be very tricky to navigate, because they're going to push you away, sabotage the connection, and do all sorts of things to derail the connection. It depends on how their spectrum is too while they're doing this. You might have no communication going on right now. We were talking about this yesterday. There might be like silence, no communication, distancing techniques that this person has done that leave you on your end bewildered and not sure what's going on as well too. So kind of dealing with this too. You might be dealing with someone that has a high level of avoidance. Cold shoulder. There might be a breakup, distance, and separation. This person might have been cold to you, mean to you. Like you might have been trying to go for a resolve and they just pushed you further away. You know, use, I say, the go away strategies and things like that as well too. So we have both twin flames sitting here. I love this card because it will show you like literally just ignoring each other, right? Like energy, right? So you might have silence, no communication, right? Your twin flame may be upset with you and they're not sure how to express that as well too. This might be someone who just is really bad at communicating anyway, or childish or immature to be acting like that. All right, this is Divine Feminine is being fed up, maybe even cutting cords, ties, and walking away. And you can't actually cut the cords with your twin flame, but you most certainly can choose to postpone it or put it on hold. It's still going to come into union despite how things look, but there is that energy of being sick of it, being sick of treated in such a way. It could be their behavior and things like that as well too. We have another X flare coming. I'm looking at my phone. There's quite the storm here, which I love anyways. It's very cleansing. So now we've had all of these auroras and radiation energies. Get ready for the earth to cleanse. Okay, so we have the X. This person may have been unfaithful, love triangled you, and had exes around. And I always, this is like, and I wasn't going to say it, but yes, sometimes you're dealing with masculine that has narcissistic tendencies, and they're always going to have all of their exes around. They're going to have other love interests. They'll probably triangulate you with other love interests and women they might even be talking to and seeing. I said it, that my twin flame had 5 other women around when they were dating me that they were love interesting. I seen them hit on all of them too, and you'd be like, what? Like I wasn't enough for them, but they had 5 other, we call them backup supply. And so you might be dealing with someone who hasn't done that level of inner work to cultivate their own energy if they're needing other people like that, especially. So I can tell you that every one of the separations was related to another woman. Like they went and spent the night with another woman at her house. The other last separation, they, the same day they broke up with me, they asked another woman out in front of me and then disappeared for months, probably with her. And, kept on. This was a pattern with them as well too. And so you'll see this is someone that is not grounded in their energy to be doing this, whether they're a game player and trying to play with you, trying to intentionally hurt you, or even have narcissistic traits where they're needing all of that to prop their ego up in some type of way, right? Like I guess it makes them feel good, like you're not enough, and that they were doing that too. So we do have this, and this isn't for everyone, but yes, some of you guys have had to deal with this, like the masculine's so entrenched with their ex, and I know they'll make up all these excuses and tell you how horrible the ex was, but they're usually hanging out with them on some type of level as well too. So this could be dishonesty, keeping ex-partners around, and you'll say, well, why? No one would do that. Well, they did it to me too, keeping me around and going back. And so sometimes, yes, they're keeping their exes around, so when they get bored, they can circulate back to them and redate them too, because they haven't closed that door for a reason. And so then when I was complaining about why do you have the the X around. I saw when they did it to me coming back months later and things like that too. So just stay awake, ladies. Stay woke with all of this. Okay, so we have 1111. This is your twin flame. And a lot of people will say, that doesn't sound like twin flame. Well, it depends on what's in your coding, right? And within your energy field that you need to work on and you need to process as well too. So this is twin flame. You might have a runner chaser dynamic and you might be waiting on divine timing. If you are in a separation or you haven't fully come into union, it wasn't time yet. And this is hard for you to grasp. More work to be done, right? Like obviously you'll say, okay, that sounds like that person needs to do that work. Well, then why did you meet? Well, without me pointing out all that stuff, I don't even think that person realized some of their patterns. So divine feminine, you may be here to awaken this person more and to show them like, hey, look, like, right, from your view and your perspective as well too. As divine feminine, if you are an awakened woman, then you're a little bit different than the karmics, those karmics on the list, right? You're very different than the asleep karmics that your masculine may be used to dating that couldn't see through some of their illusions and things like that. So as an awakened woman, you are here to play a role in your masculine story, life after life, not just in this lifetime as well too. But we do have more work to be done and divine timing. So this is why the holdup, if you're like, this is frustrating, it hasn't come into union, we talk and we're around, but when you're in a separation, this person has more work to do. They're not ready for this. They're not ready to show up for you as well too, because true union requires you to have to face yourself and to work on yourself and to work on your flaws and things like that. Okay. So higher awareness, you have crystal clear vision using your third eye. This is where you can always tell, like even in spaces of separation, I had someone texted me this morning and they were telling me like, my twin flame's here doing all this. And yeah, you're seeing it for a reason. You'll always know what's up with them. You'll know, right? You'll know when they're with other people. You'll know what is going on. This is the higher view of it as well too. But it's so that you know, and so you get like front row tickets to your twin flame. You know what's going on with them, whatever things in their life. You're gonna get direct downloads about it as well too. So this is like trusting your insight and your awareness as well too of what is going on specifically for you in your twin flame situation. Okay, we're doing some past life healing today. We talked about this. And this is like the spiritual journey, healing your past lives. So when we wake up, we have to heal every lifetime we experienced in this lifetime. And it's important that we are, so that we can get off those timelines and not repeat these experiences that sucked. We're like, yeah, you had those low points and they took you low, and not going back to them. So when we heal them and we release these from our energy field, we no longer have to experience or replay these. You guys have such a high level of karma. It has messed you up in your relationships, especially even in twin flame relationships as well too, as these require a high level of not just honesty, but a high level of energy work too. The more that you heal and release your past, this is going to help you a ton with elevating your frequency. So sometimes we have to go back in and we need to clear and release some of the energetic garbage that we're still holding on to and release deeply rooted energy blocks so that we can open up to more love and be happier, healthier connections as well too. Make sure you're clearing your energy. This will help you with clearing past lives. The chosen one, you are on a fast track to ascension. And I always say the awakened are God's angels. You're like, what? Yes, some of you guys are on your last life here. You're on a fast track to ascension. Your life may look different than other people in your family or people around you. And this is important. Divine Feminine, just keep working on your ascension. This will help your masculine to pull them out of the slump too, if they're there, right? And it will help to elevate their frequency as well too, because we just talked about some of them are doing the work, some of them not so much, right? So this is like very important that you're working on your ascension, knowing that your twin flame will meet you there on a higher timeline. There is a timeline where you're already together in union. Stepping into that divine feminine queen energy. This is really stepping into that energy in your universe. It's about what you're building, what you're creating, and what role you're playing within your own universe as well too. Really activating that divine feminine energy. It will make your masculine very magnetic to you the more that you're in your feminine energy too. And I don't mean that, powerless energy. I mean that empowered divine feminine energy, right? It's going to make them come to you and tune into you like a magnet, because it's all about your frequency that you're broadcasting and transmitting. You need to raise your frequency to come back together. Work on your energy. So make sure that you're working on your frequency. Raise your frequency. I always say anytime you're doing the healings and activations on my website, it's going to take you up in frequency. I desire union just as strongly as you, and your heart and your soul is going to pull you towards union. Your ego might be like, I don't know, did you just hear everything we talked about? But in your heart and soul, you really just desire union, and you may not know how to get there too. So we have the divine feminine wanting union badly. That's the message that keeps coming out. From the moment I saw you, I knew you were the one. So this is that soul recognition has already happened. It's meant to keep you both on track. You need to heal how you're seeing things. A shift in perspective is needed. This is like where I was reading half narcissist articles and every one of them flags my partner, right? And then I'm reading half twin flame articles and I'm like, okay, right? Okay, so that's the 3D, the 5D. We need to stay in this 5D view of things as well too, especially when we're dealing with people that have been through a lot of trauma, things like that, right? As well too. So we're talking childhood trauma, we're talking personality disorders, patterns, and things like that, jokes aside, right? So this is like, you need to shift your perspective and make sure that you're on these twin flame union timelines as well too, and to see your twin flame in the highest light. This is going to help to shift your situation as well too, how you're seeing them and how things will play out. You are my past and my future. So you have a past with this person, we all know that, but you're going to have a future with this person as well too. And I think this is really, really important too, that you guys are destined to be together in the future. Okay, so we have the 5 of Wands card, and this is conflict. There might have been a competitive energy, being at odds with someone, struggles and opposition. This is like being irritated with each other. And this isn't for everyone, but if in separation, you might feel that. We showed the masculine and the feminine kind of opposing each other as well too. So we have this energy that has happened, especially if in separation, and this is your masculine coming through. They feel they're at odds with someone. They're in that defeat, surrender. They might have been playing games with you or been playing mind games with you and trying to get the upper hand with someone, and it didn't work out. And this is where things implode. Like when the controlling energy comes in, your masculine might have been really controlling, and when they weren't feeling in control of their life or you, it makes them uneasy. And you're not letting people control you. You're the awakened goddess. You're the divine feminine. When they try to play their karmic games on you, you see them a mile away. You're like, okay. And so this is like, things have blown up for both of you. It's the implosion of the twin flame energies, that fire, right? It's a very strong gravitational pull, but if you guys don't come into balance through love, it gets very chaotic as well too. So we have that energy as well too. Justice in reverse. This is karmic justice. You might feel you were treated unfairly, and this is getting out of that energy of blaming your twin flame and taking accountability for your side of things too. I always say just tune out their side. A lot of times you guys are really focused on the other side, and really tune into your own inner awareness of what you're working on, what lessons you're getting out of this, because when we call karmic justice or justice, we're talking karmic lessons. What lessons are you needing to get out of this? Or are you needing to clear? They could be totally different for both people involved in the same situation. So just pay attention to your own lessons. Okay, this is Temperance, and you're being guided to heal your own imbalances. And this is like, make sure you're not overindulgent in alcohol, food, sex, drugs, shopping. And these things will make you feel good. Temporary happiness, right? Where you're like hanging out with people too much, relying on your friend too much, like overeating, partying, whatever it is, to shut this out. You need to sit with yourself and start doing energy healing. It's going to help you to clear and release what is being triggered through this experience. Until you heal these things, you'll continue to be triggered in this way as well too. So this is like, make sure you're sitting with your healing and you're not filling yourself full of temporary things. Okay, so this is 6 of Cups. There's going to be a reunion and a union. This is your soulmate. This is your twin flame, but there are childhood issues and things from the past that you need to clear to get into union as well too. So this has triggered a lot of childhood traumas. I can tell you that, like when I met my twin flame, it was like no other relationship. It brought up a lot of things from the past that, you know, they talked about with me and we probably processed together, and same with them at the same time. And it brought up a ton of past things to be resolved or to be looked at again. Okay, so this is Strength in reverse. This is having low self-esteem, lack of strength, being vulnerable, letting fear and anxiety stop you, and feeling inadequate. This is not feeling not good enough. And this might be something reflected in your connection. Like my twin flame would always say that too. So the same things kind of coming up, like self-esteem, lack of confidence, not feeling good enough, feeling vulnerable and exposed, that the other person can see you so much, fear and anxiety about the connection as well too, kind of coming up. I know that's why on their end I posted something about excuses, and that's just to stay in your comfort zone. And so we like to stay in our comfort zone, and these relationships trigger us to evolve and grow out of our comfort zone, and that can make people very uncomfortable as well too. Some of you guys are used to how you're living your life, and twin flame will come in and shake up your reality, encouraging you to change, and it takes you through a lot of very fast spiritual growth too. So both parties are being changed a lot from the connection as well too. So this is clearing any fear and doubt about the connection. I think we were talking about that yesterday as well too. Let's see what's going on for the masculine. Ooh, dropping cards today. I think they're like flying at me. We'll use that. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and see what is going on for the masculine collective right now. Go ahead and take these Divine Feminine as direct messages from your masculine. I'm trying to move on, but thoughts of you still linger, and I can't control them. And this can happen. Some of you guys might have done breakup energy, separation, trying to move on. This is your masculine trying to put you out of mind, trying to clear the connection, and they can't. They find that there are times where it comes through and they think about you even more, and like they know that it's a mistake anyway, but they keep trying. And this is part of the separation, testing the connection anyway. Sometimes this is how you find your way back, and you know as well too. And I've seen it too before. So this is like them trying to cut the connection. They might have been someone who detaches, disconnected, didn't attach right, has attachment trauma, has a lot of neglect and childhood trauma where they think that they don't need a connection. They're fine by themselves. It makes them uneasy to have to rely on someone. And when they've tried to do the same things with you, they find it hurts them even more. That usually they'd find relief in breaking up with the karmics, but when they try to do it to the twin flame, it really cataclysms a huge cycle of healing that comes up. It's like a tsunami they have to deal with as well too. So they're having to deal with a lot of healing that has come up if in separation because of that. Our beliefs were just too different. I couldn't reconcile mine to yours. You guys might have different programming. You might be different religions, live in different countries. You might have had very different social statuses growing up in childhood or different situations as well too. You're true opposites of the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine. You see things very differently. We have Divine Feminine is very intuitive and tapped in that way. Divine Masculine, very logical and in their head. My heart keeps coming back to you. I don't know if you've lost faith in me, and they're worried that you've lost faith in the connection or trust in the connection as well too, but their heart comes back to you. They might be trying to shut it off, their feelings or, you know, things on a heart chakra level and stay in their head as well too. They're overthinking the connection, but they know on a heart and soul level that you are the person for them. I always look for you at airports as if we'll be in the same place in the world. They might be thinking about that, like when they see flights. And I was getting the code for 777 right as a plane, and I heard it like on the radio, and I was seeing it because that's what I should have been doing with my twin flame flying over, right, one of us. And so they know that too, like maybe they had made travel plans and they didn't come, or they wanted to make travel plans, or you might live far apart and they might want to travel to you, and this stuff is coming up as well too. Every time that they're seeing people traveling or seeing a plane, right, they're thinking of you. I couldn't handle your words when you were upset with me. It was too painful. And so they might act like they don't care, but that's ego mask. They care more than you think as well too. Your words, Divine Feminine words, have cut this person deeply. I'm holding on to the memories of us. You guys might have had a lot of really nice, powerful memories, nice times together. You found you just fit nicely together, could talk about everything, and that you vibed. And that when you're together, it's a beautiful time, even just hanging out and doing nothing anyway. They have a lot of nice memories of you. I need to tell you the truth. And once again, they might have put it on a front like they don't care and that they could easily move on, but this is the farthest thing from the truth, and that they know they've been hiding the truth from you as well too about how they feel. This is like them needing to open their throat chakra and tell you how they feel and to express the truth. I knew you were the one when I met you. And then this is, and I know people have like a good way of rewriting things, but they knew when they met you that you were the one. Spirit, God told them, like literally it was like, you know, just like now where the same forces will be guiding them to reach out to you when ready as well too, keyword when ready as well too. So they know that you're the one. You tame my demons. And Divine Feminine, you either stir them up and drive them crazy, or you quelch them and calm them down. It depends on how you are, right? As well too. And you calm them down, you give them something that chills them out, right? As well too. You tame their demons, right? I know the within forces that we have to conquer as well too. I sabotaged our connection because it was too intense. So this person could have sabotaged the connection. This is what it was like dating an avoidant, where you get close to them, things are going great, and then they do these sabotaging behaviors, right? Look, and I know, and it's very hard too. So they've sabotaged things and might have spun things out of control on their side too, being aware of their own sabotaging behaviors. I hate seeing you with them. This is someone who's very jealous of the idea of you dating someone else and being with someone else. It might have been like they were okay with being with other people. When it comes to you though, trust me, they're not liking that idea. They might sit around and think that you've moved on, or you're dating other people, or maybe questioning how you're spending your time if apart as well too. And this drives them crazy. Our soul came from the same galaxy. We're starseed lovers, and you're both starseeds. You're both blue ray indigo empaths that are meant to come together to help the planet and to do bigger missions and things like that. And I think this is so important because this is how we open up to true service and to true abundance. I'm having a hard time letting go of my old life. And this is someone who went back to their old life. They were probably still in the matrix. Like sometimes we can have a more spiritual and matrix twin, and they're very comfortable in the matrix every day. Maybe they spend a lot of time in the matrix, either their daily routine or peopling or going about their business or their job or whatever it is. They're very connected to the old 3D matrix. It could be through friends, family, things they got going on that they didn't close out. So they're kind of stuck in the matrix and they're having a hard time getting out of it and letting go of it. Your doubt, fear, and worry is blocking union. This masculine is in that doubt, fear, and worry. And it's something they have to work through as well, too, in their own head, their own mental of it, too, to go through this inner journey. So you'll say, where's my masculine, right? Like I said, they're off slaying demons and karmics and things like that. And they have to, because it's an inner journey that they have to be ready. And they'll sit around and stress about it until they are. But when they clear themselves fully, they'll be on board and they'll be ready. The separation is for you to heal. So masculine, needing to heal some things too from this separation. Have faith in the universe. This is bigger than us at the moment. Pay attention to the universe, work with your angels, and pay attention to the messages that come up. Okay, we're going to see what is masculine healing during this time. All right, they're stalking you. I know I said that anyways. And they might act uninterested, and they're watching you online. I know, right? They're literally like on your page all day, or like, oh my God, it's hard when you do videos like this too, because they might be watching your videos, right? Or they're like watching your stuff. They're trying to see what you're doing. So even if you feel they're absent, they're around you. And this might not even be online. If you're blocked everywhere or whatever, they're watching you interdimensionally. They're there. And you might feel that. You might feel their presence in the room, feel their energy, right? And so they're always around you and watching you, especially within the spiritual. You have unfinished business, but in order to come back together, if in separation, you need to find forgiveness. This is reconciliation energy, needing to forgive because we have the divine feminine. Needing to forgive your divine feminine and to make a love offer, to come in with a love offer. Okay, we talked about toxic people. You have been getting bad advice, divine masculine, I know, right? And I said that. And then a lot of times the bad advice from my masculine comes from the family that has an interest in keeping him trapped karmically with them forever. They don't want him to move on and have their own life, right? Weird stuff there, we'll just say that. Toxic friends that are love interests that want them. So they have an interest in getting rid of the divine feminine, right? And people that, the best friend is really bad at love and like has like 100, narcissistic relationships that he goes to for relationship advice on twin flame, right? That has never met their twin flame. So oftentimes, jokes aside, they're getting really bad relationship advice from people that have never met their twin flame and don't know how to navigate a twin flame experience. This is why I say go to a professional when you're trying to get advice about your twin flame situation, because when you're dealing with toxic people in your life that you were meant to clear, that you're going to because you have no one else and you're going to go to them for that external validation, this is the wrong crowd. They're going to keep you pulled back and suppressed and things like that. So just be mindful of that too, that divine masculine is getting more bad advice. Okay, push and pull. This might have become a control drama. Power struggles, imbalance, and being stubborn. And this is like your twin flame might be really stubborn. You might be in that ego stubborn energy, and there might be like a push-pull dynamic, which is the runner-chaser as well too, dynamic playing out. Once again, stubborn. This is like being bossy, selfish, and inflexible. So if you're hard to move, you want everything your way, make sure you're being more flexible and going with the flow, open to change. You might have a hard time with change. You might be really comfortable in your life because we have that matrix card. You're comfortable where you're at. You met your twin flame. You didn't mean to fall in love, and it's shaking up your whole reality as they probably want you to, you know, live with them and go into a committed relationship. Hell, maybe even do marriage, kids, whatever they're doing, right? It just kind of depends, jokes aside. They want to do union with you. And if you're like in that energy of, well, I'm okay with where I'm at, this will make you very uncomfortable as it's trying to make you up level. Okay, so we have this Four of Wands. Actually, this is unhappy family. Like, this is like you feel like an outsider in your family. This might be like you're black sheep. You have a lack of support. You might have felt very conditional love from your parents or your family, we'll say. And this is the root cause of your self-doubt and low self-esteem. So oftentimes a lot of twin flames, they have narcissistic parents. And this is where a lot of the root problems have come from. A lot of times you guys might have had either a narcissistic mother or father in the household, which has caused a lot of issues later that you didn't notice until you got into relationships. And it attracted a lot of unhealthy karmic dynamics to you in the past. And so this is like healing those inner child wounds for the masculine coming up so that you can work on your self-esteem, your confidence, and how you're showing up for your twin flame as well too. So we have these wounds being triggered. Queen of Pentacles, being secure and stable. So this is your twin flame's higher self coming through. I think we had this card yesterday. This is financial independence, enjoying the finer things, homemaker, generosity, business person, and socialite. This person might be a business owner. They might have done a lot to heal their finances or their pentacle energy. This is earth energy. So we could have your twin flame could be an earth sign or just someone very connected to the earth in an elemental way. But they come through where they want the finer things in life. And I don't mean in a money sense. It's how they carry themselves, how they present themselves as well too, how they live their life in that true queen energy as well too. And then for some, this might make you uneasy. Like, jokes aside, but we'll keep going there, that like my twin flame was always trying to call me a princess. And I was like, I know that you're used to women who haven't had princess treatment in the past. I'm a full-on queen. Like, I'm a goddess. I'm the divine feminine. So sometimes, yeah, I know, right? They're like over here. That could make people uneasy if they're still, you know, at that level where they're not able to elevate to meet you as the true divine masculine king that they were meant to be, right? And they're used to dealing with princess or people that act like a spoiled princess too. And that brings me back to my inner child family stuff too, because I haven't been called a princess since childhood, right? As well too. This is like, the Queen of Pentacles is a full queen. They have their own kingdom. They make their own money. They're able to take care of themselves. They're self-sufficient. Not only that, they're generous and take care of everyone around them, right? They're the ones that you guys go to when you're having problems or money problems and things like that. They're very giving and generous as well too. Also connected to nature and connected to the earth energies too. So this is how your divine feminine is coming through in your reading. We have Ace of Pentacles, and this is in reverse. So this is like, it's meant to be new beginning, but this is like you're closing the door on opportunities and it's messing your finances up. So this is like, you might feel like you missed opportunities. There are delays to this union. There's a lack of planning, insecurity, and having a lack mentality. Like, you're supposed to be getting a plan and coming into union on the masculine side. This could be like, too many people, I'm just going with the flow. And then they come back a year later and say, nothing's happened with my life. Because we need to consciously manifest everything into our reality, including union. And you'll notice when you had a plan for union, things were moving fast and you were proceeding in that direction. But as soon as you drop those plans and begin to go separation energy, things don't progress. And so this is like, there's something there that needs to be healed too. Lack of planning, but this is a reading about your union. Okay, so this is Eight of Wands. This is sudden action. You might be getting lots of communication, things moving forward, and fast movement. So this is like, for those of you guys in person, you might go away for a weekend or travel with your twin flame or go on holiday. You might travel to your twin flame if they're far away. It's like suddenly things moving as well too. And we know ones is that fire energy too. So it's things suddenly progressing as well too, especially if you guys have been no contact. Expect communication, expect things to suddenly move and those delays to be healed and to end. So this is Six of Wands. This masculine is refusing to move on to something better. There's lack of movement on their side. They might have canceled plans they made with you, canceled travel plans. They're resistant to change. However, there's unfinished business with this connection. It's not over. So they might have dug in their heels and, you know, trying to stay in the matrix, trying to stay asleep, trying to not move forward, finding they did try to move forward. They can't move forward as well too. This person is trying to resist change. This is fear energy. And this is needing to heal your root chakra because there's fear energy that is throwing off this union and this connection as well too, that you're not moving forward or refusing to grow and change with this person, and it's making things stagnant on your end. That is affecting you the most too, and the union as well too. So this is healing any fear and working on your root chakra, Divine Masculine. All right, I'm going on that note. I have a beautiful day. If you guys need me, just go ahead and book me on my website. I am going to be doing activations today and tomorrow. I have those in my shop. Great day to stop by and get activated.